All right, everybody, welcome into part 2 here, video 2 of combining like terms using an expression mat. So here, let's check out what we've got here in our positive section. That means everything you see is as you get it. So we've got 2 negative x's, and we've got 1 positive x, and we have 2 negative 1's. So 2 negatives. All right, and then over here in our opposite section, we've got 2 negatives. Okay, so if I was going to write this expression from scratch, we're going to start with our maybe 2 negative x's. We're going to add a 1x to that, and we're going to take 2 away because of these 2 negatives. Over here, our opposites of negative 2. Holy moly. Okay, let's work with our terms. If you remember from the first video, we're going to take everything from the opposite section of our expression mat and make it its opposite, actually, when we move it to the positive section. And once we do that, now we're going to look for 0 pairs. Okay, so we look for 0 pairs with everything, my friends. So we've got the x's here, we've got 2 negatives. We're going to create a 0 pair there with our positive x and our negative x. Goodbye, fellas. And then over here we've got 2 positives and 2 negatives. Well, look at that. Those create 0, and we're left with 1 negative x. So how does all of this turn into 1 negative x? Okay, this is our target. We know what our target is with our algebra tiles. As you know me, it's always good to just double check and see how in the world does that happen here. So we've got 2 negative x's. So I have 2 negatives, and I add 1. I think like a number line. If I'm at negative 2, and here's negative 1, and here's 0, and here's 1. So if I'm starting here at negative 2 and I add 1, I'm actually like moving over to negative 1, sorry. I'm moving over in the positive direction to negative 1 on my number line. Okay, so that's how I'm thinking about this right here in terms of using a number line. So I'm at negative x now. Now over here, holy cow, I've got negative 2, take away negative 2 is one way to say it. Or if we're using our algebra tiles, we're actually saying negative 2 and the opposite of negative 2. So I'm going to say that one more time. Negative 2, and this is the opposite. Well, what's the opposite of negative 2, everybody? Plus 2. Okay, and I could go back to my number line. If I'm at negative 2 and I add 2, I'm actually going to end up at 0. Or that's a 0 pair like we saw with our algebra tiles. So there's our negative x. Cool. There's video 2. Video 3 is coming up. I'm excited to talk about video 3 here and what's going on in video 3. So I'll see you there.